There's no possible way I could have known that, right?
No.
Okay.
Mentalism was inspired by professional wrestling.
Well, no, not mentalism. Just this mentalist. Take that as you will.
I'm allergic to silverware.
You're allergic to silverware?
I'm kidding.
Oh, good. Okay.
Hi everyone! Welcome to Life is Fun. My name is Danica Adams. I hope you're having fun. I am. Today we have a special guest. Please welcome Erik Dobell.
Hello, my name is Erik Dobell. I'm a mentalist. I hope you're all doing okay out there tonight.
All of you.
All of you.
That we can see.
The guy holding the camera.
You're a mentalist.
Yes.
What is it that you do?
I use psychology and chicanery to give the illusion of psychic powers. So I do different types of things during my show. I will display feats of telepathy, precognition, psychokinesis mostly. And to pull these things off, I'm not psychic, I don't claim to be psychic. To pull these things off, I use techniques like body language, cold reading, statistics, maybe conjuring techniques like you'd see a magician do. Just a cluster of different things together to give this illusion that I'm psychic.
And what got you interested in mentalism?
I was in college. It was actually a couple different things. When I was really young, I was interested in Sherlock Holmes. I had a mild obsession. You're into Sherlock Holmes also?
Yeah.
And I went through a little phase where I was quite obsessed with him, and I wanted to be like Sherlock Holmes. I wanted to know how to do these things. And I got a little older and I started to realize maybe you can't actually do these things. And then I started going to college. I went to college for theater and philosophy. Whoops. Yeah. But I was going to school, I was studying theater and philosophy, and then I came across some mentalism books. And I started to read about it, and I realized it's
actually possible.
It's actually possible. This is how I could be like Sherlock Holmes.
So you're going to, you do these performances in a way kind of like Sherlock Holmes detective sense of like what you did, where you were, like I can tell by the stain on your tie that you went to India and did some, I don't know.
Yeah.
Elaborate plot line that I can't think of.
Yes. I think I remember that story. The case of the stained tie.
Yes.
Sort of. Like I said, I use a lot of different techniques combined all together, but sometimes I do use skills like deduction to figure things out about people.
The mentalist is pretty much an observer.
Yeah, and well, it's one of the many things they do. A mentalist has to be a lot of different things. You have to be aware of human psychology, mnemonics, memorization techniques, conjuring techniques, cold reading, and what psychics are really doing. You have to know a lot of different techniques to combine them together to successfully present this illusion.
What do you enjoy the most about mentalism?
Oh, performing.
Performing?
It, absolutely. A very close second to that is the intellectual aspect to it, which was what attracted me to it initially. Because I, in a way, I'm a very cold, logical person. I've always been that way, and I've always been interested in learning. I'm always reading whatever I can get my hands on. And I love how with mentalism, it's just a very intellectual thing, trying to figure out how people think and how you can use that against them to create this illusion. I love performing more than anything. You were
interested in it, you pursued it, now you do performances. Where do you usually perform?
I perform for private parties, mostly, corporate events, and, just like regular people events, holiday parties. I do bar mitzvahs a lot, believe it or not.
You do bar mitzvahs, I like that.
I do many bar mitzvahs. People have, house parties all the time, or they rent out halls, and I'll do shows for them. I do shows for corporations. They do like sales meetings and different things. Colleges and cruise ships. And theaters, like where I'm going to be doing actually in just a few days.
Who are your biggest influences? Sherlock Holmes, obviously.
Sherlock Holmes is definitely a big influence. A lot of my influences aren't real people, I've noticed.
Okay, they don't exist.
Yeah. I'm very influenced by Sherlock Holmes and just the idea of that, the idea that somebody can do that. And I've always been interested in the other fictional characters, like Batman, for example.
Batman and mentalism. That is a.
Well, it's somebody.
That's really cool. It makes sense too.
If you think about it, he's somebody who doesn't have powers.
Yeah.
He's just nuts. So he trained to do certain things. Real life examples, Penn and Teller and James Randi have been a very big example on me, or made a very big impression on me, I guess you could say. Kreskin, the Mentalist. I saw him a couple years ago and made a huge impact on me. How a show can be put together to just seem and feel real, like real mind reading. Professional wrestling actually played a big
Professional
influence.
wrestling.
Yes. But no, it's also what inspired me to get into theater, and why I love live theater so much, because when you watch wrestling, they're interacting with the audience. And that's one of the many things that attracted me to mentalism, because there is no, it's not like you break the third wall down, it just isn't there. And that whole idea, I remember watching that growing up and thinking about that. These guys are just, sometimes they just walk into the audience and people are like slapping them around. I always thought it was very fascinating, take the show to them, make them part of the show.
This is such a nagging question.
Yeah.
That I'm pretty sure everybody's asking. Have you seen the TV show The Mentalist?
Yes!
Yes.
Yes!
Good.
I like it.
It's really fun.
It's a really great show, yeah, and he makes mentalists look so handsome. Which might be inaccurate. That is a fantastic show, and the thing I really like about it is it actually made it a little easier for me to explain to people what I do. Because what I do personally, what I do and how I present it is very close to what he does on the show. He's using even some of the same techniques, but in a dramatic setting.
So you can do that whole Patrick Jane read your mind thing, right?
Not as handsome.
No,
Yeah.
not as handsome.
Not as coy looking, yeah.
Can you maybe read my mind?
Yeah, I can. Let's try something
I'm gonna regret
right now.
that.
I might regret it too. I might regret it too.
Let him into my mind.
They're not magic tricks necessarily.
Okay.
I'm using a combination of different techniques, and a lot of this stuff, it's hit or miss.
Okay.
Right? And actually that reminds me of an episode of The Mentalist I saw one time. You see those episodes where he sort of uses suggestive techniques to implant thoughts into people's heads. And I remember one episode he kept doing these certain things where to find the killer. In fact, like he would do something like this, for example. He would take like a piece of paper, right?
Okay.
And he would, he had somebody cued, so that when he tore the paper, a thought would pop into their head. So he would just do that, and just the weirdest thing would happen. Yeah. In fact, I think it might be happening right now, isn't it? You're thinking of something right now, aren't you? Please say yes.
Yes.
You are? Okay. Thinking of a word? Not a word. I'm sorry, not just a word. It's actually a name, isn't it? Correct? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. You're thinking of a name. You're thinking of somebody who's actually pretty close to you? Yeah?
Yep.
In fact, when I tore that paper right there, you said the name in your mind, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All went very well.
Like...
Here's what we're going to do. Now, I think it's safe to say there's no possible way I could know who this person is, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't tell me who this person is.
Nope.
I don't know you that well.
No, he
right?
doesn't.
So, and again, I don't know if this is going to work or not. I really, really, truly don't. So if it doesn't, we'll just cut it. But here's what we're going to try to do, okay? Hold my wrist, if you don't mind, with the marker in my hand. Okay.
Hold your wrist like that?
Yeah, look me in the eyes.
Okay.
Okay. I want you to think about this person right now, okay? I want you to actually see this person in my face, okay? Kind of a weird thing. Their eyes, or my eyes become their eyes, my nose becomes their nose, my mouth becomes their mouth. If I could really do that,
That'd be really
yeah. But just imagine their face on my face, okay? This person wouldn't happen to be related to you, would they?
Yeah.
Yeah? How long have you known this person?
16 years?
16 years. How old are you?
23.
This is a sibling? Is this
Yeah.
younger brother?
Yeah.
Serious, I really hope this works. What's the name of your brother?
Perry.
Ooh, good. Let's try something.
That is really awesome.
Let's try something else too. You know what these are, right?
Forks.
Okay.
I should hope so.
I always like to double check. You only eat tacos and pizza.
Oh, true.
Because you don't need forks for those. Just go ahead and take one of these two, okay?
Oh, it's a good thing I'm not.
Yeah. And make sure it's a good solid fork.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that fair?
Yes.
All right, take a look at this one too. Make sure it's a good solid fork.
Okay.
Right? Now, have you ever seen somebody try to move something with their mind? Presumably on TV or anything like that?
Like the whole bend a spoon thing?
Yeah, that's sort of a thing, right?
Okay.
Yeah. And just to double check, it's not made of rubber or anything like that, right? It's a real fork. Right?
There you go.
I want
Real
you to
fork.
Look right over my shoulder, okay, as I do this. I'm going to focus on the fork for just a moment. And look. You see what's happened to the bottom tine?
I gotta say, that's fun.
see that? See what just happened? Look at that. Here, take a look. Take a look. Try to shake it back. You know, sometimes it works for people if they're, you know, indigo kids.
If they're indigo kids?
Here, try putting your hand up your head like this while you do it.
What?
Yeah,
like
right
this?
left just like that. Picture opportunity. Just kidding.
Ah,
well, look,
me and the fork.
We'll do the same thing to this one, okay? We're going to rub the handle right there.
Okay.
Look at the handle. You see what it's doing? Yeah, look at that. See that? Look.
Check that out.
So that's just a small sample of some of the things you guys will see if you come to the show on November 1st.
That's fun.
Life is fun.
I want to keep these. Thank you.
Yeah, you can keep those. You can take those home with you.
So, do you have any upcoming performances?
Yes, I actually do have an upcoming performance in just a couple of days, November 1st, 2013. The best way to keep track of me and to see when my upcoming performances are is to go to my website, erikdobell.com. You sign up for the newsletter right on the bottom of the first page. You'll get a monthly email letting you know whenever I'm going to be in town. And also check out the blog. You can follow me on Twitter. My name tag is Erik Dobell, ErikDobell. And if you want to know more information about shows I might be doing in your town or how you can book me for your event, you can contact me through either one of those websites. And like I mentioned, November 1st, I'm going to be at Studio One in Burlington, North Carolina, doing a full evening show. Show's only $10 to get in. We also have an opening act. He is comedy magician Chris Collins. He's from Las Vegas, and he's a good friend of mine. We'll be opening the show that night. And then it's going to be a full 2 hours of magic and mind reading. And we're also going to be shooting a documentary about my show that night with the award-winning local film company, Shadow Dog Productions. So it's going to be a great show. It's going to be a fun time. And I hope you guys can come out and check it out.
Okay, so November 1st.
November 1st, Studio One. It's in Burlington, North Carolina on Plaza Drive. It is the Sarah McMillan Theater.
Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure to have you on Life is Fun.
Yes, well thank you for having me.
Continue having fun in life.
I will.
Catch you guys next time.
Yes.
We like play with them at home. Like, have fun in all things in life.
Yes, you're getting videotaped playing silverware.
Yes, I am. I can play with these all day.